David, it's been a few weeks since you sort of came back into the squad, but Saturday, obviously, you first start. It's hugely different starting a game, isn't it, rather than coming off the bench and, picking up man of the match as well. You can't really ask for much more.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, it's a bit different coming off the bench, but I think it helped me a lot coming off the bench for a few games just to get back into it, just to get my match sharpness back, and obviously to start again. On Saturday was a great feeling. Obviously, a feeling that I've missed. Obviously, being 3-4 months out of it, but to finally be back in, get 60 minutes, get the win as well. It's all I could ask for. Yeah.
I was just about to say, coming in and helping the team to a win, it's massive, isn't it? And even though there's not an awful lot to play for in terms of pride for MK Dons, picking up points along the way, it's vital at this stage of the season.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously every game we go into, we wanna get 3 points. That's the aim. And obviously to play against a team like Portsmouth, who are a promotion contender side, and to take the 3 points and being relatively a good amount of control, that's the aim, that's the goal. So we use them sort of games to push ourselves for the other ones, and obviously to test ourselves against the big teams.
And of course, being one of those big teams next season, the team that's fighting up in the top six, that's where MK Dons want to be.
Yeah, no, 100%. Next season, obviously, we'll like to test ourselves against them teams, like you said. Obviously, it's good that we can see ourselves against these sort of sides. Drew to Ipswich, lost to Lincoln, beat Portsmouth. So at the end of the day, 4 points from them 3 teams, it's not bad. So we just got to keep striving, keep improving, and I'm sure we'll get there.
How tough was it for you to sit on the sidelines for such a long time? It's obviously your first major injury, but you must have been desperately trying to get back out there as quick as possible. And it felt like whenever we asked the manager about you, there was yet another thing that was thrown in your way, delaying you for another couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was very, very frustrating. Probably the hardest time that I've had as a professional, because it was something that's new to me. Not being available to play, and obviously just having to watch and then get back to training and then have another setback. It was very tough, but I think the things that helped me was to literally stay intact with the team, just so I didn't feel like I was missing anything. So and obviously me watching as well, I learned a lot of things watching the boys as well. It was hard at the start, but obviously towards the end, it was more of a motivational thing, sort of thing, eager to get back, and now I'm back and I'm enjoying it again.
Now, the manager's been very complimentary of you, not just in terms of how much she's missed you having you on the pitch, but in the last couple of days as well, singing your praises for your performances since you've come back. It's huge, isn't it, to have the support of your manager the way you have?
Yeah, 100%. Since Ross has become the manager, he's put a lot of faith in me. We've had numerous discussions about what he wants me to do on the pitch, and obviously I know what he thinks of me, and it's very nice to have a manager who backs you all the way. Even Dino, Luke, it's the same with them as well. It's a great feeling for a player because it gives you the confidence to do what you need to do on the pitch, knowing you've got 100% backing behind you. So yeah, it's a great feeling.
Feels like it's a long time ago since you scored that rocket against AFC Wimbledon back in, I think it was in the League Cup, wasn't it? And, I think that was one of the ways you first marked yourself on the scene. But how much do you think you've improved since that moment? And how far do you think, you can keep progressing?
Yeah, 100%. That feels like a while ago. And that was my first real sort of, I think that was my second start. And it was against Wimbledon, so I was nervous. And then to get the goal, I think it really stamped me in with the fans, with the club, really brought my name out there. And then that was the start of my breakthrough. And obviously, when I watch my clips from back then and I watch my clips now, I feel like it's a big contrast in terms of my improvement. I think I've come a long way. And that's all credit to the staff, to be fair, because obviously all the meetings we do, watching clips and training, talking things over, it's just going to improve you. And obviously with the players that have come in, the midfielders, Andrew Sermon, who's played in the Premier League, me playing alongside him, me seeing him in training is only going to improve a young player like me, same position. You're only going to improve, and obviously there's a long way to go. I still got a lot of improvements to make in my own game as well, and I'm sure if I keep working hard, if I keep taking things in, I'll continue to improve.
Of course, it's not just, over the last few years that you've improved. I think, even from the player that you were at the start of the season, that I think not just yourself, but players all over the park. You can include Matthew Sorinola in there as players who have made a massive improvement. Is that down to the way that Russ and Luke are coaching you, or is it down to the system you're playing, or is it just, as you guys maturing as players?
I think it's all three, to be fair. With the way they're coaching us, we spend so much time on the training pitch. We spend so much time just even watching things. When you're watching things of different players that are in the higher levels, stuff like that, you take all of it in. And on the training pitch, doing repeated things over and over again is only going to improve you. And obviously, with the system we play, it's the system everyone wants to play. It's total football, and obviously that is only going to improve because the demands are so high. You need to be concentrated throughout the 90 minutes of the game. You've got to be concentrated all the time. So obviously that is going to improve you as well. And at the end of the day, we're also getting older as players. We're maturing. Experience obviously is going to come into play as well. You look at Matty, made his first league debut at the start of the season. 30, 40 games later, he's a different player already. So it's literally, as you play more games, you obviously tend to get more confident and get more comfortable with things you're doing. So I think, all three of those things will all play a part.
Can't believe you're saying you're getting older and you're 20? It's embarrassing for me, mate. Massive for you as well, I think, in coming back before the end of the season, because it could have been, having waited from December to April to get back into the team. I think having to wait until August would have been another psychological blow, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that would have been one of the worst things because when I got injured, I wasn't aware I was going to take that much of a long period of time that I was going to be out for. I hoped, the staff hoped, everyone thought it was going to be a sort of six-week injury sort of thing, and obviously for it to take that long was a big blow, and it was a big shock as well. So if I found out I wasn't going to play for the rest of the season, that would have really been hard to take. But obviously the most important thing for me was to get back before the end of the season and finish the season strong, because at the end of the day, finishing the season strong is probably one of the most important things going into the new season. So
After taking on a few teams that are fighting at the sharp end, you've got a couple of games against teams in the relegation zone. Are they going to prove a slightly different level of threat? I mean, they're scrapping for a different kind of survival, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. Every game in this league, you've seen it with all the results. Results can go any way against any team in this league. Teams at the bottom, near the bottom, often give you a harder game than teams near the top. So literally, it's literally unpredictable in this league. Every game comes with different amounts of pressure. So it's about us going into the game with the same mentality that we go to with every game, trying to take the 3 points.